Super easy way to change the color of eyes. I get this question all the time. It's something that's really easy to do. What I want you to do is come over and choose the elliptical marquee tool. With this tool selected, you want to create selections of her eyes in this case. So you can come over here and just click and drag. And remember, if you don't get perfect placement, you can hold down the space bar and you can kind of move that selection around as you're dragging it. That's pretty helpful. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're ultimately going to be creating a mask here, so we'll have the ability to correct it after the fact. But here's the first selection. We obviously have to select the other eye as well. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key on the keyboard. I'll click and drag out. And again, I can hold down the space bar if I decide I want to reposition that selection. And when I'm happy, I can let go of the mouse. And now I have both eyes selected. Perfect. Now what we want to do is come down towards the bottom of the layers panel, and we want to add a black and white adjustment layer. Once you do this, it's going to create a mask, and it's going to essentially desaturate the colors within that selection. We want to change the preset from default to green filter, and you'll notice we get kind of a brighter effect here. I'll go ahead and collapse this properties panel. The next thing that we need to do is come in and make some corrections to our mask. We can kind of see where this selection kind of spilled over into different areas within the image. So let's select the brush tool. B is the keyboard shortcut. Select any brush that you want. You'll notice I have a 45 pixel brush. You want to make sure that you're painting with black in this case. You can press the D key on your keyboard to set the foreground and background colors to their defaults. Then press X to swap those colors. Then all you have to do is come in here and paint where the mask spilled over into the other areas of the eye. So that's it. That's all there is to it. And you can see the mask right here. So we've successfully taken the color out of our eyes. We want to go ahead and put new color into our eyes. And that is as simple as coming down towards the bottom of the layers panel, creating another adjustment layer. In this case, it's going to be a solid color adjustment. It's going to open up the color picker, choose the color that you want to set her eyes to. We'll go with a blue, I suppose, in this case, and you can choose whatever tone of blue you want to use. Go ahead and click OK. Clearly, the entire image is blue in this case. We need to create a clipping group. Hold down the Option key on the Mac, Alt on Windows, and if you click in between these two layers, you'll clip it to the layer underneath it. Now what we want to do is change the blending mode for this solid color adjustment layer. We're going to set the blending mode to color. Once you select color, you can see that we're really starting to make a difference here. The next thing that we want to do is maybe add a curves adjustment. So I'll go ahead and choose curves, and this will give us the ability to add a little bit more contrast here. But again, you'll notice we're adding contrast to the entire image, which really isn't what we want. Right now, this is looking a little bit like a video game. We want to go ahead and clip this layer as well. So hold down the Option key on the Mac, Alt on Windows, and click between those two layers. Now we're just isolating that effect to the eyes in this case. The only thing that you may want to do is back off the color fill a little bit by dragging the fill slider in the layers panel down towards somewhere around 50% or so, maybe a little higher. And there you go. Now she has blue eyes. We'll go ahead and zoom out so we can take a look at the before and after. This is her with brown eyes. This is her with blue eyes. So really easy changing eye color in Photoshop.